The following podcast is scheduled for one fall with no time limit.
Super hot fire!
The greatest spectacle in podcast entertainment, Mr. Wrestlemania.
That was literally verbal diarrhea. I'm setting the bar awfully low. Titus O'Neil keeps running directly into that bar. Get him off my TV, get him off my TV. You make me very angry.
The man who has a better IQ than you, the awe-inspiring JC.
You should go work for WWE because you'd be so up far up Vince's butt.
No.
Oh, you are such a sucker.
You
You
are.
defend everything, all the bad moves they make.
This is the Jobber Knocker Podcast.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another edition of the Jobber Knocker Podcast. As always, I'm Wrestlemania. Alongside for the ride is JC. We have,
It's WrestleMania season, bitch. That means stuff's happening. I was at Raw on Monday with our boy Matt and our boy Ben. We're going to talk all about Raw, but we're not going to start on Raw.
No, because it's not shine-worthy.
We're going to start on SmackDown, but
Yes.
before we get to SmackDown, we're going to pimp some shit. Because it's
Go for it.
WrestleMania season, bro.
Yeah.
So give us 5 stars, 5 flames, iTunes, or wherever else you listen. We're everywhere on the podcast sphere. Support us. Buy our shirts. Get Fun Nestle's iPad. ProWrestlingTees.com. There's 3 to choose from. They're all super hot fire. Get all 3. Also, this website, a lot of stuff going on right now. Like, Danny sent us a whole schedule of posts that are on their way. We obviously have the weekly NXT UK stuff. You're working on the worst WrestleMania post. Talk a little about those.
So I have looked. I love a good bad thing. So what I decided to do is I looked and found the 5 worst, supposedly, out of everybody that listens or writes articles or just becomes a wrestling fan, the 5 worst WrestleManias of all time. I'm looking through each WrestleMania, and then I'm going to write a six piece, on what I think is the worst WrestleMania of all time. We've got some doozies. We started off with WrestleMania 2. It's on jobberknocker.com right now. Go there. It's a full-length review of what I thought. It's awful. Then I go to 9. That's coming out, I think, at the end of the week. I did 11. That's happening. I mean, I'm going to 11, then I think 15 and 27, which, by the way, I don't even know why 27's on there, but it'll be interesting because I don't remember if it's good or bad. So I like going down memory lane. I like a good bad thing, so check it out.
oh, wait, there's more. I saw TJ's doing a Kurt Angle thing. There's more stuff, too, that I'm forgetting.
Yes, I'll go look.
Well, that's fine. We'll pimp it at the end. But needless to say, go to the Jobber Knocker like 5 times a day and just check out because there's going to be new shit, and it's all super hot fine. It's great. But we're going to the shine, baby. Woo! My biggest shine of the week is Charlotte Flair winning the SmackDown Women's Championship.
Oh, boy.
And let me tell you why.
Give me your tears.
Because, look I like Asuka too. I like all those women. All 5 of them deserve better. Absolutely. Don't disagree with that at all. But that title has been almost completely irrelevant except for the one little bit of Mandy feud, always in the shine, of course. But besides that, that title has been irrelevant. And unfortunately, like, Asuka's been the champion, but what has she done? Nothing besides be propped up by Mandy for a couple weeks. But
Jesus.
So this title was always getting back to Charlotte. I always thought that Charlotte was going to win the SmackDown after WrestleMania anyways, just to give her a little bit back after Becky likely wins at Mania. So what they did is, we've been hearing it. I hear from you. I hear from everyone complaining that there's too many goddamn matches.
Oh, God.
So what does Vince do? He cuts a match and y'all get pissed off. And, it was my hope last week, Asuka, Sonya, and Mandy. I would have loved that because I love Sonya and Mandy. I think Asuka's great. They all deserve it. But that match wasn't going to get time. You're going to complain about everything. You're going to complain about how the show's too long. So, Vince, cut the cord. They'll probably be thrown in the Battle Royal, which I don't know if is happening yet.
They haven't advertised it, that's for sure.
But instead, they're just putting a little more extra heaping shit on that main event, which is officially the main event now.
Holy
But hey,
shit.
look it. We're leading the show with it. What did we talk about last week? We said the Kofi thing is way bigger than this. This thing's almost irrelevant. It's ready to go. Mm-hmm. They gave one last little twist to get extra heat on Charlotte.
Oh, sure.
Because Ronda and Becky are ready to go. So that's why, to me, this was the biggest shine of the week. I mean, Charlotte's great. She deserves it. I'm sure, when she heard this, she was like, oh, you got to be kidding me. Because no one has more respect for Asuka than Charlotte, legitimately.
Sure.
But still, of course, the storyline for this, them just shoehorning it in.
Oh, yeah.
Not good. I can't defend that.
Not good, Bob.
But the end-all decision of putting the title on something relevant is why it is. And now we're going to get that iconic image at the end of WrestleMania with the 4 horsewomen with the gold and a potential tease of the 4 horsewomen of MMA in a stare-down. Potentially. Don't know if it'll happen.
I mean, I was going to say the exact same thing, so you kind of stole
You
one of my...
what?
Yeah, no.
I was hoping you'd be opposed.
No, I will get to that point. I'm
Okay.
saying I'm only agreeing with you with that I was going to say that WrestleMania will end with the 4-on-4. That is almost a given with fireworks and stare downs, and I still don't know the other two. I know Roderick Strong's wife, but I forget her name.
Jessamine Duke and Marina Shafir.
God bless you. I don't know them from a hole in a wall. So listen, I'm sure they're really good.
Disrespect.
There is. Here's something just for the rest of the fans yelling and screaming. I will say this much. I swear to God, when I saw that, I went, first off, I smiled and laughed real loud. I went, ha! Like that. Probably woke up everybody. But here's the part that I think is where I draw the line on whether it's good or bad. You're taking a Picasso. You're taking something that was perfect the way it was. You're taking a step back and you're going, you know what this needs? A little more red, a little more blue, a little more orange, a little more green. All right, so that's what we're going to do. We're just going to throw everything we can possibly throw at this main event so it can't fail. When basically it wouldn't fail to begin with. It wouldn't have. It would have been a monumental moment regardless of what it is. So for me, when I'm watching it, it's not one too many. This is like number 600 too many.
Oh, yeah.
Because this feud has been going on forever, and I get that they got to throw a little spice over here, a little do like that, but whatever.
Too much paprika is a problem.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. You ever have too much pepper or salt? It's bad, folks.
Oh, I love pepper and salt.
Salt's bad for you.
Salt and pepper.
By the way, salt and pepper reference, WrestleMania 11. Just throwing that out there. It's going to be in the review. Anyway, what a man. Going back to what we were talking about, it's too many things they're throwing at this main event, and I get that it's the super heat. Just the boat is a-flowing, and it's going, and we're on to WrestleMania, and we're talking about it. So good for them. But, man, I feel like this main event, from the minute that they decided to take it away, the Royal Rumble victory, and then they shoehorned Charlotte, has been this, like, murky, let's massage every inch of this thing to make it something that it needs not to be. And now we're at the last point where we forgot about it. And here's like the last punctuation of like a shit sandwich. It's just like boom. And it just, I understand why it's there. I appreciate it from the getting a reaction out of the crowd and us. Perfectly fine. I don't have an issue with her winning. By the way, that match was really fucking good. So Asuka versus Charlotte came to play.
Finally.
That was an amazing match. So I can't knock that. But what I do knock is the too many. If it was any other time, I'd be like, it's no big deal. But because now I'm looking at it going, man. I mean, the only thing this thing is missing, and it's not going to happen because the McMahons, as we talk later in the heat about this, have already procured 2 types of stipulation matches anyway, but we can't put this thing in a steel cage ladder match, TLC, whatever, double, whatever,
I mean, triple threat's
unification
no DQ,
match.
so
no, I get it.
They can do whatever they want.
Sure, but I'm just saying, like, we know this is gonna be, shit fuck nuts. Like, this is gonna be ridiculous, and I'm all looking forward to it. But I think they're worried, which to me isn't necessarily sexist, but I believe it's slightly worrisome on my part as a fan that they don't think that those 3 women could just sell on them or
I don't think they're worried. I think Vince is just trying to, because this was obviously a last-minute decision.
Oh, sure.
Because that, up until an hour before the show, that Fatal 4-Way number 1 contender match was still advertised. But I will say this, because I think everyone's looking at this from, like, the wrong angle. Charlotte isn't the one that was shoehorned in this match.
No, I know.
It was Becky Lynch.
Mm-hmm.
This main event was Charlotte Ronda Rousey, since Ronda Rousey has signed with the WWE. But WWE, everyone says they don't listen. They're listening with fucking Kofi. They're listening with this shit. Mm-hmm. So they listened, and they found a way to get Becky in. They built a compelling storyline for her, built her up even more, made her more of a badass, and got her in this. And now they have an even better match because of it, because they got the person they want in there who does deserve to be in there, and they got Becky, who we all wanted in there. And now we got this. And yes, they've done all they can to murky the waters. But at the end of the day, we're going to get a triple threat between 3 of the most talented women of all time in the first ever women's main event, which... That shit's historic, man. At WrestleMania.
Absolutely.
Like this. Ooh, I almost knocked over my iPad. Might need a new one, too. But it's... So when we get there, it'll be fine. But I get it. But to me, like, this Charlotte thing, I loved it. I thought it was great. I got it spoiled for me, too, because I just can't help it. Like, I'm the... inquiring minds have to know. So, but I loved it.
Natural inquirer. JC.
Yep.
All right, let's go over on SmackDown even further and talk about something that I thought was great was the tag team gauntlet.
Yes.
Here's the one thing that I enjoyed was again they did the whole crowd the locker room watching the monitor with Kofi, and they kept going and kept going and kept going. Special shout out to the Usos, which I thought was better than the entire match.
Beautiful touch.
Was literally the rest of the match didn't matter to me. I could have fast forwarded the entire thing, but when I watched that Usos thing, it got me in the feels. Mm-hmm. It got me into a point where I was like, oh God. I wanted Kofi to win anyway, and I know he was going to. You kind of figured it out, but it was just like these little touches. Like, this is where a Picasso's a Picasso, in my opinion. This was something where they had enough time. They didn't overdo it like months in advance. This just happened to fall in their lap.
This was not the plan.
No. But it was such a compelling story where it was like, even the guys that Kofi faces says he's earned my respect. Good luck. We forfeit. I'm like, oh, God.
Well, why
can't we do more of this?
We got to add a little more to this because neither of us were able to watch it live.
Sure.
But when I got on Twitter, like, I was reading all the tweets. It was when the Usos came out because I believe they went to break as their entrance went. And everyone's Twitter was like, oh, my God, the Usos better lay down. This is ridiculous. If they don't fight. People were freaking out. Again, they did it perfectly. Yeah. Because, it's one of those things. It's like, oh, my God, what if they don't? Because when you go to commercial like that, it just gives you a few minutes to think about it. It's like, holy crap, what if they don't? Right. What if they screwed us? Like, they're the Usos. They're the best tag team. So this was just so well done again. And you make Xavier and Big E look like badasses. The only part to me that's like a little down, which again, it doesn't take away from me, but again, you have people fighting for Kofi to get, like, Kofi's fought for himself. Yeah, exactly. He hasn't gotten it, but he finally gets it when other people win it for him.
Yeah.
Which, like, I get it. Like, I think it's effective because the New Day is such a staple unit.
Sure.
And I mean, Vince has always loved the New Day, and I think this is his way of really. Like, he is all over it with them, and I think this is the thing that is finally bringing the New Day to the next level.
Sure.
They've always been good. They got stale, whatever, but they never have given us the chance to see how these guys do as singles if it still works. It clearly does. Because this is like that old school faction feel where you have all these guys going for different things, but it's like they care about each other, and because they care about each other and they work for each other, it makes all of them better. Like, this is the perfect way to get a guy like Kofi into the main event. This storyline's legit magical.
Oh, it is.
It is magical.
It's one of those ones where this is what you hope a WrestleMania storyline to be. This is what you want because it's easy to understand, it makes sense, and it touches you in a place where you can just go, yes, I've been in that particular instance where somebody doesn't see the value in me. And I'm waiting for my moment. I got to take it. Now, granted, he got help from other people. That doesn't really matter.
But that's what friends are for.
You
can't do anything by yourself in this world.
And if you haven't gone to WWE.com, I can't believe I'm plugging this, or WWE Facebook or whatever, SmackDown's Facebook, whatever it's on, there is a long, and I mean longer than usual, 5-minute promo backstage after they win with the three of them. They're not in character. They are legitimate the people that they are. And you just see Big E look, and you can hear his voice start kind of cracking. And he's like, people are like, why, people are asking me, well, Kofi's going to Mania, but maybe you're not. And then he just kind of looked at him. You could see him tear up. He's like, if he goes to Mania, that means we go. And he was just like, you could see it on his face.
Very true unit.
Yeah. It was really cool. It was just like this longer 5-minute retrospective between the three of them about where they started and where they are now. And if you haven't gone out and seen it, go to watch that video because it put me over the top anyway because I was ecstatic about the main event. Yeah. But when I watched that, I was like, there is no way that he is not going to win. But in my head, I'm like, nope, they're trying to get me. They're trying to get me.
Couple points. Yeah. One, when they do this WWE 24 on Kofi, that shit's going to be good.
Oh, yeah.
Like, it's going to be really good because you're going to get all the behind-the-scenes stuff. Like this. That's going to be good. Can't wait for that. I don't know how long it's going to take him to get that out, but I can't wait for that. 2, I'm scared he's going to lose.
Oh, yeah,
and
we're
they're
all
keep
scared.
this going. Yeah,
because
I still think that Kofi or Seth are losing, and the way they're booking the Seth run, it sure seems like he's going to win.
He absolutely is losing now, though, I think.
So I don't know. But then the other thing is the opening segment to me. Because the one thing that really got me with Vince is when he literally turned to them and looked at them, he's like, you guys aren't going to quit. You don't have that in you. Like, it was just, to me, it was him finally showing the New Day that he knows, like, you guys fight and claw for everything. There's no matter what you do, like, you're not going to quit. You're not quitters.
Right.
And it was the big bad villain admitting that and knowing that. And he's pretty much saying, like, this is why I've been able to take advantage of you, because I know you're not going to quit. And it was also, like, looking at it as, like, Vince knows this is how he was going to get the best version of the New Day. Because he knew that they wouldn't give up, because they've never, ever given up. They fight tooth and nail for it. And he's like, I'm going to test them till their absolute limits, and it's going to bring out the best in them. And it has in this feud. So I thought it was something I don't know if a lot of people picked up on, but I just thought it was a little subtlety of that I thought was so effective to me, because it was just like, I was like,
Yeah.
It just gives it a little, baby.
Yeah.
Baby. Woo! This is good shit, man.
Yeah, it's fun. There's some really good stuff, especially on SmackDown, that I was very, very happy with. And then, you go over to Raw later, and I'm not so happy. But that's
There's
okay.
a couple things on Raw.
Yeah, a couple. You say a couple for 3 hours. You fucking kidding me?
So what else you got on SmackDown?
Hey, I enjoyed The Miz.
I do too.
I thought The Miz was phenomenal. I thought that promo was great. I loved, by the way, special shout out to Vern Vicalo, Mr. DTF Dan Terry Fitt, and Channing Thomas for being the security guards. They are proving ground guys. They are right there in the middle of the ring. It's cool to see people that you interact with on a not a daily, but a regular basis. These guys are all phenomenal talents. They're phenomenal people. Most of those guys are going to be on your television screens at some point. They're just that too talented. But God damn it, special shout out to those guys. And then, of course, the second row of jobbers where your boys and my boys and everybody's boys come out. And then there's, Shuffle and Shano, and they come out. I thought the promo that The Miz cut was fantastic. I thought that Shane Sweaty Shuffle and Shane was fine. And then we get to the fucking schmaz of schmazes where he just
Miz beat up 18 men.
Potatoed. He fucking potatoed everybody. And I'm just watching this thing going, like he is smashing the like not even like here's a work punch.
Yeah.
He just he hit him with his he went to go punch him and hit him in the wrist. Like, it just, clopped
Well, it's like
him.
he beat him up, and then they got up. I'm like, how many times do you guys have to knock these guys down?
Yeah.
Other people, push someone, and they're out for 10 minutes.
Yeah.
But I guess since he's a Marine, they really wanted to test him.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. He's done at least five.
That's why it was believable to me. He's like
tours.
a 5-time Marine. Of course he could beat the shit out of all these Guardians of the Independent scene and
Jesus.
Sanity, and
Shelty.
One half of the Colognes. Hey, Shelty got the best offensive maneuver in there.
No, he didn't.
Yeah, he did.
He got a punch.
Yeah, he was great.
Revisionist history.
He got more than anyone else.
That's true. That's true. I don't know. I think the Sanity got them some, but that's fine. But it was just the only
What
thing.
happened to Eric Young's face, by the way? He shaved everything
He lost
off?
a bet, probably. It's Mania season.
okay.
The one thing that I thought was really bizarre to me was just the only, and again, this is me being nitpicky Nestle, but god damn it, I was sitting there going, falls count anywhere, and I'm like, of course a McMahon needs the extra thing. But again, it would be fucking entertaining.
What do I always say about Shane?
Yeah.
I don't want to watch him wrestle.
Sure.
If he's in street fights and shit like that,
Yeah.
sign me up. Because that motherfucker's going to do dumb shit.
Oh, yeah.
He's going to put the Miz over so hard, and I'm going to love it.
Yeah.
This match might kick off Mania.
I think there is an absolute chance of this match being if we're not worried about every other match in the card, just the matches that we're excited for, this match right here very sneakily could be the best match of the night.
It does, because it doesn't have to be long.
Nope, doesn't.
It doesn't have to be long to be effective, and that's why I think it might kick off the show, because both these guys will get the crowd hot and bothered. They'll have some spots, and then we'll be on our way. So I think Shane always seems to open Mania,
Sure.
which I think it works,
Yeah.
because his music hits, and you're like, woo! And I think this one might be the one to kick off the show.
Either way, I was like, I don't know why Falls Count Anywhere is they don't ever really go anywhere except in the crowd or outside or whatever. But I really want this to be backstage on, I want it to be flying off of the set. I want this, but I know we may not get it.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of bummed because I'm in my head, I'm thinking
It's more
if
of
this was me,
you're going to get table spots.
Yeah.
You're going to be in the crowd. It's going to be stuff like that. I don't think you're going to get the, I'm going to jump off a building.
I want, but
They don't really do that anymore for a reason.
No, but I mean, even if it was it started backstage and if you started this perfectly, you know what? I'm going to save this for my hope.
Okay,
I'll move
good
on.
boy.
I'll move on.
Was there anything else that was even on SmackDown?
I don't think so. I mean, there was a whole hour of gauntlet matches, and of course Miz, and then of course AJ Styles, but we'll talk about that later. Asuka loses. Yeah. Yeah, I think we're good. Let's
All
go.
right, let's go to Raw. So as you know.
See, I'm just telling you right now. Sell me on almost anything, please.
So my favorite part of Raw is the 50 new monikers that Baron Corbin got. That was great. He comes out, he was Boston's favorite son. It was great when they introduced him. I don't even know if you guys got to see that.
I don't think we did. No, we
Okay,
didn't get to
so
see that.
It's actually, I saw they posted it online as an exclusive. Baron Corbin cut the best promo on Boston, but I guess it was during commercial because when I flipped through the channels, I was pissed. But it was fucking great. So check that out. It's online. He beats Apollo, rights the wrong.
Rerun!
But you know what? We're going to go back to actually what I did like. Because, we were in Boston. Someone retired on Sunday that got everyone hot and bothered about it. The Revival were tweeting about, oh my God, we're going to lose to Mojo and Gronk at Mania. You got everyone mention it. So Leo Rush mentions Gronk. And literally everyone was like, oh my God, he's going to come out. And especially because it's a handicap match.
Oh, yeah.
It involves Jinder Mahal. But it wasn't. Balor just beat him. No Gronk. I like this segment overall because it is what it is. But Balor and Bobby deserve the one-on-one match. They've had a really good story. Both these guys, I think, have come a long way, especially Bobby with Leo. So I'm glad that they're getting their spot in a one-on-one match. Again, doesn't have to be long because it's Bobby Lashley, but they both deserve the moment. I'm assuming Balor's going to go over.
You would think.
You would think that's how the story. I think they just threw the title on him a month ago just to do Vince's ah! But I think the plan was always to have him win at Mania and then move on from there. But who knows? Maybe he loses. But I thought this segment was fine overall. I got to chant for Jinder, too.
Yeah, I was going to say, you hindered the Jinder.
That guy was born hindered.
I mean, that was a very quick match. It felt like it was a quick match.
That's good, right?
No, that was one of those things where I was like, wow, the matches are flying this week. And that was the only kind of positive about it, was that a lot of this wasn't very long.
Yeah, I thought the pacing on Raw was better this week. It's just literally every single match was a rerun.
Oh, absolutely. It was Monday Night Rerun. By the way, go to ProWrestlingTees.com to buy a T-shirt now.
One other note on Raw, and it's kind of, this obviously was a rerun, but the one thing I really like about this McIntyre-Reigns feud is McIntyre is dominating Reigns. And I hope it continues next week. McIntyre, Reigns came out finally because he said, never mention my wife and kids, blah, blah, blah. Yeah. McIntyre still dominant heel work right now. But Reigns hasn't been able to get him yet, which I think is important to continue leading up to Mania. McIntyre probably should win at Mania, but I doubt he will. Mm-hmm. But I just like that McIntyre is still dominant over Reigns, and then he killed Dean again, and the ultimate rerun. But
oh yeah,
it is what it is. But yeah, I got nothing else.
I don't have anything. I will say, well, that's not true. It's a rerun, but a good rerun. I enjoyed the Revival versus Ricochet and Black. That was fun. It was good.
And the best part was after the match, the Revival made the announcer announce them as still. I love when heels do that. It's just like a little thing. It just adds a little extra. The Revival need that little extra right now.
And we're done. Where the fuck do we begin?
We might as well start at the beginning of Raw. Now this being part of the live crowd was fun, but I was so fucking confused why we had to beat the clock challenge. They didn't advertise it at all. Nope. It was just kind of and I'm like, what? Because the advertisement that I saw going in was the 6-woman tag, which we're getting next week, and I was like, oh, that's gonna be fun. But instead we got. I will say, it was at least a little fun, and it was something different.
Sure.
It wasn't for anything, but it's the bragging rights, which between these three with how much shit they talk, I guess is good. But it was just very odd. It was just oh, what do we do? Beat the clock challenge, yeah!
Well, so I got some feedback, or at least some hate on Twitter from one guy who, by the way, he was awesome. I got to a point where I was like, I could start a fight with this guy, but instead I went the opposite route. I'm like, you're fun. We should talk more.
Yeah. But different opinions is good.
So what I did say was that I was like, and this is where I lost my shit, because it was first off, the mic drop thing was funny, but the one thing being in audio-visual stuff, you don't realize that dropping the microphone damages the microphone. Now, granted, she can pay for it, it's no big deal, but when I see it, I'm like, oh, a perfectly good microphone.
Triple H spikes mics all the time.
I know. It's just, it was funny that she picked it up.
They got the money for it.
They did. Anyway. We get to the Beat the Clock challenge, and I'm like, so does somebody get to come out of the pod? What are we doing for the advantage here? And then someone on Twitter was like, it's called pride. It's called bragging rights.
It's true. They're not wrong.
They're not wrong. But I said to them, I'm like, when does that fucking matter? That doesn't mean anything anymore.
So wins and losses don't mean something, so pride might as well mean more.
Yeah, okay. It's and that's not the other thing. It's not like they beat each other in that time. They beat the Riot Squad. I get that. Yeah. But they beat the Riot Squad, which again...
Yeah, Charlotte got screwed. She had to face the only good one.
I know, right? Poor Sarah Logan, right? 125.
Hey, that was the best match of her career.
It was the best match because it was quick and easy. I'm sure there's a second joke there. Anyway, but no, so I was thinking about it. It is, yes, I get bragging rights and everything. But the problem was, Nobody had bragging rights after it.
Becky did.
Yeah, on SmackDown.
No, she was talking shit at this segment.
But that was just like, it doesn't, like, to me, it's like, I get why they did it, and it's fine. And again, I just don't like it. It's not for me. But the bragging rights thing is not enough for me to be like, oh, that's a thing. Like, you could have found something better to do.
What did you think about Ronda's promo, though? Because when she came out, she cut him through the mic, then I was like, oh my God, best promo ever. Then she's like, no, I'm not done. She picks it up, and I'm like, okay, the second one wasn't bad. Maybe she's done. Nope, pick it up a third time. Honestly, I like the effect of it because it was something different with her at least. But it's just like, less is more with her. But, you know.
There's a reason that Brock Lesnar doesn't talk.
Exactly. There's a reason why Ronda is incredible. But goddamn, she doesn't need to talk all the time. And, you know, we're at the point now, it's like they're too deep in it.
Oh, yeah.
That's why I was like, okay, the first one, that was perfect. Then she did it again. But then the third time, I was like, oh, God, she really
Go into the well. Go into the well.
Yep.
It's all right. It happens. But, you know, it is what it is. And I'm not really happy about it, but we move on.
Are you ever happy about anything? All right, can I talk about okay, so the first 2 hours of Raw were fun to me overall. The last hour sucked. Like, that Seth Rollins promo, like, it doesn't work.
But we are going to beat Brock Lesnar.
Yeah, it just that, and then the Heyman thing, just like, it didn't work. But I'll tell you this. So, like, no Elias, obviously, all night on TV. We were all pissed. We got Elias after the show, and he did his thing and was awesome. And Seth Rollins interrupted that. And it was the best Seth Rollins has ever looked to me as a babyface. Do that on TV instead of the same old Seth and Paul promo. This would have been way more effective. It would have had the same message, but it just would have had a different twist than they normally had. That's why to me, like, it made even more heat of, like, the way they do it. Because it's just like, we'll just send Seth out there and have them cut a kumbaya, like, you're all with me, we're going to burn it down together promo. Wow, and then Heyman come out, I'm Paul Heyman. Wow, you're not going to win. And then Rollins like, I'm going to beat you up. Heyman like, no.
He sold the mic drop, by the way. When he dropped the mic, like, Heyman sold for it. It was awesome. It was great.
Heyman is really good. It's just same old shit every week, man. But I do like the touch of, this was the one part of the next part I liked. When Kurt Angle came out, you got to chant, you suck at Paul Heyman.
Yeah.
Like they did it again with Charlotte on SmackDown. Effective. But that Kurt Angle Samoa Joe match, I fell asleep in the crowd.
Really?
It was just not.
Should we have a moment of silence for Kurt Angle?
Yeah, this is getting hard to watch, man. And I love
it. Is bad.
Kurt Angle's one of my all-time favorites, but he, like, literally, it's just like he looks like he's uncomfortable with every step he takes, never mind wrestles. And, I mean, this week they went all in with the Best of TNA 2-part series, so.
We didn't even get the AJ Styles one, which was funny to me.
You got it. It just ended.
No, somebody saw Monday's match and was like, oh, God, no.
Yeah, that was the thing. It was just like, it was probably 2 TV segments. I flew through it on the rewatch. I'm like, I can't watch this again. Like, it wasn't.
It didn't translate no matter live or on television.
Like the nostalgia and the cool thing about, like, the headbutt thing, like, I get that. That's cool.
Yeah.
That stuff is cool, but, man, like, tighten it up. Tighten it up a little.
Well, I think the thing is that, like, they hadn't seen each other probably in a while in terms of the ring stuff, so they probably were like, oh, we had all these things we used to do together. But then, of course, then there's Kurt Angle who, like, is not just a step slower. He's, like, a whole fucking line dance. Different. Like
he's a whole no way Jose Conga line
Exactly. His punches look like they got no mustard. I mean, the whole thing, it sucks. Like, you watch him, he looks like the guy's been emaciated for 10 years.
Yeah.
It just sucks because, again, like, at least he understands that this is it. Like, he needs to go away.
And that part of it is so cool because you can see it on his face. Like, he's really taking it all in, and everyone who gets to work with him is, like, so honored and loves it. And that part of it is so cool. But just, like,
it's bad.
It's tough to watch the actual matches.
It is. And honestly, as much as people are giving hate about Baron Corbin, I'm thinking to myself, like, that dude is going to save Kurt Angle. I didn't think I'd be able to say those words. He is going to get people to fucking go bananas when he taps out. It's gonna be bananas.
Baron Corbin is a fucking stud. I just can't everything that guy does. I love it. He's just a bad guy.
Yeah,
he's one of the few guys that's actually a bad guy. And we don't have many of those. Everyone tries to be too cool now.
And not Scotty Too Hottie and Grandmaster Sexay.
What else you got on from Raw? Because there's more.
Oh, boy. All right, let's see. I mean, a lot of this isn't really even worth bringing up because it's just rerun shit, but, like, I don't know. Like, okay, first off, ha to the dirt sheets. Dean's still alive.
I know.
So just wanted to throw that out
Dean
there.
Ambrose isn't going to be on WWE anymore. Dean Ambrose main eventing Raw.
Yeah, exactly. It's just like nobody has, like, literally, like, they are throwing at a dartboard, and if they hit it, they just fucking write an article about it. So don't read dirt sheets.
No, you can't.
Fuck you, dirt sheets,
no,
man.
read them, because then, like, it gets you all hot and bothered, and Vince will change his mind and be like, they think this is going to happen?
Well, we don't talk about dirt sheets on this program because we don't like them. Anyway.
Well, what about the Natalya versus Sasha match
for fuck's sake.
that ended in a Nia Tamina attack, and then...
not only was this a rerun, this was a rerun of a rerun that had a run-in rerun.
Well, let me put it this way. If I have to watch a one-on-one match to hype this match, I'd rather it be Natalya Sasha than anyone Nia Tamina Beth. So,
I get it.
And plus, it was Boston, so you knew Sasha was doing something. But
big pop, good for you.
yeah, it wasn't. It's useless.
You know what I've realized?
You got the Beth Phoenix move. Whatever.
Here's what I've realized about some women in the, especially the Raw division. And I think I'm going to single out Natty. Everything that she does looks like it's a choreographed event. It just, I don't know what it is about her, and she's fantastic. She's amazing. But it's just with certain people like Sasha, who's ready to fucking hit you.
She's more chaotic.
Yeah, like she's a
Which
feisty fighter.
I like the chaotic crazy.
Yeah, give me the feisty fighter. Like especially when Sasha faces like Alicia Fox, like that one I was like, oh yeah, because these guys like they go at it. But it was something about watching something that was supposed to be a simulated fight, looking like too choreographed to me that I was just like,
So I think part of it, I'm gonna give Natalya credit here, because I think part of it is that she technically is so sound, and there's just not many other women that are like technically as sound. Like there's a lot of very good wrestlers, but Natalya is just like that old school, so technically sound person. So when she does have to match up with others, like she has to go at a slower pace just so it doesn't create like all the botches that we get all the time. Just because she is just at a different level, because it's just a different style, and there's no other really people in the division that can match that style. That I think just because she has to go slower, it makes her look a little more robotic. I mean, I don't know if it's a positive or a negative or whatever, but I think that's, to me, that's that's what I see. I don't know if it's true, but that's just how I perceive it with her.
Yeah.
But it's just not Natalya. Yeah, whatever. But the biggest egregious thing to me about Raw, I didn't get Lacey Evans at all. I wanted to pop for that song. I didn't get it on Raw. I didn't get it on SmackDown. God damn, she better win the Battle Royal, which I don't think is happening because they haven't advertised it. But then again, they haven't advertised either tag match for the men.
The Fallopian Tube Battle Royal will take place on the pre-show.
I mean, yeah, it should.
It should.
Yeah.
It is what it is. I don't think there's anything else really except, I mean, we didn't talk about Triple H, but I don't know if that matters.
So, I mean, that was part of the last hour to me. It wasn't great. Like, he had a couple funny things like that.
Spice Girls.
Yeah, that part I laughed. Like, that part I was like, ah. But the rest of it was just like, it was kind of, Triple H is just like that uncomfortable dad now.
Yeah.
Where like his jokes aren't funny, but like we still like him because like he gave us all these awesome kids in NXT that we love. Like get to watch Ricochet, Flippy Dippies, Aleister Black, and then all that cool shit.
That sounded like the beginning of another song that you sang.
Oh, Jinder?
Yeah, it sounded exactly like that.
It's like, it's different beats, but it's like the same vocals.
Okay, sure.
Yeah.
Not even close, but that's fine. It's not even close.
Should we get hopeful?
Yes, because you should be getting hopeful. Go ahead.
You want me to go first?
Yes, because you seem prepared.
I mean, I have two.
Door number one or door number two?
Yeah, which one do you want? Because I don't care.
Let's go with number two.
All right, good choice. So, my hope involves the Constable Baron Corbin and Kurt Angle.
What?
Yeah, so here's my hope for this. Because, everyone still wants Cena. I'd be fine if Cena replaced Corbin in this match. So we get to WrestleMania. Baron Corbin comes out, does his thing in the ring. Kurt Angle then comes out and makes his entrance. We get to serenade him with "You Sucks" because honestly, that was another one of my favorite parts. Just being able to chant "You Suck" at one of my favorites of all time. I was looking forward to that all night. It's such a great feeling. Okay. So all those people at WrestleMania are going to get that great feeling one last time, and it is going to be deafening. It is going to be incredible. It's going to be a great moment. I don't need to hope for that because it's going to happen. So out comes Kurt Angle. He goes, "You know what, Baron? I wanted to put you in a bad spot. I'm replacing you in this match with John Cena." But no, Corbin goes, "I'm not leaving the ring. You're going to have to make me leave the ring." So we get an impromptu match of John Cena versus Baron Corbin. Baron Corbin beats him clean. End of days. Out comes Kurt Angle. Runs to the ring. They have a match. Baron Corbin, end of days, beats him clean. I want him to destroy both your heroes back-to-back in one night and make Baron Corbin that icon that Mark Henry thinks he can be.
Oh, God.
Hashtag JC's hopes come true. Hashtag I just turned heel. Don't kill me.
Hashtag.
My hope is that Baron Corbin beats both John Cena and Kurt Angle on the grandest stage of them all.
Hashtag on a river of tears. He keeps the boat afloat.
Yep.
Oh, God, the canoe.
He is the lightning. He is the thunder.
Holy
and
goddamn.
your waiter. Oh, extra cheese, please.
Jeebus. I'm not going to, I mean, mine's not even hilariously close to that.
That's your fault. You picked door number 2.
I did. Well, it's fine.
Door number 1 wasn't that exciting.
Okay,
so.
well, it's fine.
You made the right choice.
Okay, good. Well, I feel like you would have given me the better choice regardless, but that's all right.
Luckily, it was number 2, but yeah, I was going to give you that no matter
Well, it's the shit, I'm telling you. Yeah. Anyway, look. All right. Look, my hope, like I said, I teased earlier, falls count anywhere with The Miz. I do not want this match to start in the ring. I know it will, but my hope would be take a page out of any cool segment you've had, right? This is what I want. As I knock everything out. What I really want. I want to really, really, really want to have a falls count anywhere match. And I mean everywhere. Here's what I want. 2 things I think would be hilarious, and people are going to be like, no, this is a bad idea, Nessel. And I know. But I'm going to say it anyway. First off, you start the fucking match. Somewhere in the goddamn arena. Impromptu. Don't, like, oh my God, this match wasn't supposed to start till later on in the card. Just fucking boom, boom, boom. Just backstage, throw me into a locker room, get some spots in there where it's like, you throw them into the men's locker room and the guys are like, dude, I'm trying to get my gear on. You know, like, random stuff there. You have them, maybe you throw them and into a broom closet where there's some legends. You have a fucking spot. Catering. You do all the fucking things that would be hilarious. You do all that stuff. A spot where Shane could actually climb. Do something. It's in New York, a stone's throw from Greenwich, Connecticut. Throw the Mean Street Posse in there.
Oh,
that'd
boy.
be hilarious. You do all this stuff, but here's the kicker. Here's what I think would be hilarious. We talk about threads. Thread this fucker throughout WrestleMania. Don't have it just be a match.
So it'll be like a hardcore title match?
The whole fucking night. The whole fucking night. It would be awesome. I think that would be one of those things where you take a lull after a fucking shitty match where you're like, Rey Mysterio lost. Okay, now we go back over here and fucking after Sleepy Joe put him in the fucking coquina clutch, we're over here and The Miz is beating him with a hot dog. That's what I want. Not his hot dog, a hot dog from the vending machine or from the vendor in general. Maybe some popcorn. Maybe I should have said popcorn. But still, threading that through the needle of
How do
having...
you beat someone with popcorn?
I don't know. You can smash him with something. I don't know. A water bottle. Whatever you want. Maybe some cotton candy shoved down his throat. I don't care. Get creative.
Like
exactly. Sugar is death. But still, this is what I dream of. You start out back. If it's falls count anywhere, let it be everywhere. Let them tumble into a limousine and drive off. And they're like, what the fuck? They come back
Don't go
later.
to the House of Horrors,
No.
Don't do that.
No, but I'm saying, like, make it WrestleMania. Make it fucking fun. This is a match that I'm looking at going, this has the potential to fucking go everywhere. Let it go everywhere. Let it have some fun. Let him fucking go up to the fucking balcony at one point. Nobody goes up to the balcony in a stadium. You know? That fucking shit's hilarious. Like when The Rock went, let's film the upper deck. Of course, you were in the upper deck on Monday. Nobody films the upper deck. It'd be great. Imagine that WrestleMania moment. I'm telling you, this wheel is a-turning, and I'm going to be so disappointed when this thing is on.
Yeah, you ready what's probably going to happen? They're going to stumble in the crowd. Miz's dad is going to punch Shane in the face. And Miz hits his thing and game over.
I'm giving you what I would love.
Yeah.
I really want this to happen.
I like the overall idea that they should, like, literally go everywhere.
Everywhere. And thread the needle. Because you know this is going to be an ebb and flow kind of night. After they do a 45-minute Flow Rider performance.
Flow Rider's not going to be there.
Well, that's what TJ said, but that's fine. I'm just throwing out what TJ said.
Maybe we'll get a Heath Slater Flow Rider rematch.
Maybe. But seriously, to me, I look at this and go, this match could go anywhere. Let's do it. I'm excited.
Yeah, me too.
Okay, well, get up. Get up for it. Jesus Christ, Josh. Okay.
Comeback?
Yeah, let's do the comeback.
I've been waiting all show for this.
Really?
Yep.
All right.
My comeback this week goes to Colin Jost.
Stop it.
You want to know what my favorite segment of Raw was? This fucking segment.
Are you serious?
Yes.
Wow.
This in person was hilarious. This on TV to me held up. And there's a lot of reasons why. I mean, look it. Braun, he's in a shitty spot. But you know what? It's Braun. We're going to make the best of it. Honestly, them just re-showing him ripping apart that car, I was laughing my ass off because he goes, oh, it's got a sturdy windshield, and just smashes it. Like, come on. It's good. But the reason why I give it to Colin Jost is because this man gets it. He knows how to fucking get heat at the drop of a hat. Oh, in Philly, I made the mistake. I wore a Mets hat. So this week, I'm going to do it right. Puts on the Yankees hat, immediate. Lethal heat. And then Michael Che didn't have to say a word in this. His facial expressions were perfect. It sold at home. Colin Jost going, my parents paid to get me on the women's cross-country team at Harvard. Like, just a little thing like he just gets it as a heel, making fun of himself to get heat. But then the kicker. You know what, Braun? You know how you can make this right? Get an autograph from my favorite wrestler, Brock Lesnar. But he said that line, I'm like, it's done. I mean, this is great. Like, oh, God, these two motherfuckers are in the Battle Royal, which is a disgrace.
Oh, absolutely.
But we're going to get to watch Braun pick up Colin Jost and launch him into oblivion. Like, when Braun Strowman puts his hands on Colin Jost, we're going to all be so fucking excited because this fucking twerp deserves it. In a match that literally there's no reason to care about, now at least they've made it like there's something there. There's something there. And honestly, Colin Jost, he has no business being there. But you know what? It's playing a part. It's given us an opportunity to have Braun have, on a shitty spot, have a moment that's actually memorable, and a moment that they're going to replay forever because they love the celebrity shit. I love this segment. I hate that this is a thing, but this segment, I just enjoyed it. And when I rewatched it, I was like, this held up for me. So Colin Jost, you get my comeback, sir, because the first time you were on, I was like, get the fuck off my TV. This time I was like, touche.
I got to ask you this.
Yes.
What if, by some hook or crook, some grace of God, some act of God, Colin Jost and Michael Che eliminate Braun Strowman? How are you going to feel in that moment?
So here's the other thing about this match. There's going to be all the other wrestlers that aren't booked in this match.
That's the only three we're going to care about.
So there's going to be some, like this match is probably going to be Braun eliminating literally every single wrestler in the match to get to these two. And they could easily schmoz it and have them win.
Oh, yeah.
But who knows? Maybe.
By the way, I love that schmoz has come into our vernacular. Like, it's in the thread, it's on the podcast, It's everywhere now.
Speak it into existence, baby.
Yeah, exactly.
But
Schmoz
for
time.
something that literally was an afterthought and shouldn't matter, like at least now, like with this, it's just like, okay, there's something there. And
it's fine. I get it.
Something, and it's like, it's a shitty situation, but you know what? They're putting effort into Braun. He's not in the spot that we want, but at least here, like there's a little something there, and there's an opportunity where there'll be a memorable moment for Braun. So that's why, to me, it's a positive. Colin Jost, you get my comeback because I think you're a twerp. And Michael Che is still way cooler than you, but I thought this segment was effective. I liked it.
I did not see I heard him say it in the promo, but I wanted to like make myself read this out loud. I enjoyed that segment as well.
Good boy.
But then he made this one comment that I was like, I should go back and check it. And I didn't do it till right now. He goes, I even put in my Twitter bio. So I'm reading his Twitter bio. Colin Jost, SNL, WWE. Mentor figure to Braun Strowman.
Yes.
It was like,
Just like little
like the
tiny
little things.
Yeah.
I was like, you know what?
The
All
dude
right.
gets it. He's not even the one who's the wrestling fan. Michael Che's the big wrestling fan.
Yeah.
But Colin Jost, like, he bought into this.
He gets it.
And when, like, to me, like, the celebrities, like, they're going to be there no matter what.
Sure.
So if you're going to get one, I want you to buy it. Like, when Jeremy Piven went to the top rope against, sided with Randy, I don't even remember who it was against.
He did say Summerfest, though, so I do put a mark against him on that.
Yes. But it's like, at least buy into what you're doing, you know? As opposed to just being like, hey, look at me, I'm here.
I will say, the one thing that'll put me over the top on this is if Braun shows up this Saturday. Or next Saturday. I think that'd be cool. I think that'd be really cool.
I don't think
especially next Saturday.
Is it live?
It's live, yeah.
I think like the last couple have been reruns because I usually DVR because
I hope.
I actually the Weekend Update's the one thing I watch on SNL because it's just a funny way to get some news. But if he gets on, even if they talk about him on Weekend Update, it would be great. Yeah. Like that's what you. That's
tomorrow
what you
I'm doing this thing. And I'm beating this overgrown Jolly Green Giant. Like that's fine. Like it'd be hilarious. Yeah. If he came in and destroyed the set, that'd be awesome too.
Oh,
whatever.
Yeah. Give me that.
But I don't know if that's going to happen. But to me,
boy from Saturday Night, Braun Strowman.
Yeah, but I think that'd be like that's where you get him to a point of like fucking shot of the rocket.
Yes.
You know,
and that's where this could really be a next level thing for him.
I hope so because quite frankly,
I'm making a tasty shit sandwich out of a pile of shit.
I was gonna say this is you can polish a turd all you want, but this they're polishing the shit, no pun intended, out of this.
I mean, I think this has to be main card now because they're going to be setting it up
they
all
have
night.
to,
It'll
yeah.
be like the filler match in the main events. Like, oh, crap, we either need this to be 10 minutes, 5 minutes, or 15. Yeah. I think this will be the one, but yeah.
Who knows?
It's all about Braun, though.
It is.
The Braun Battle Royal.
The Andre the Braun Memorial title. There it is.
Yeah. Who's your comeback?
My comeback this week just because they were on television, and thank God they're still alive. This is what happened when you don't sign $1 million contract, you fucking numbskulls.
I would sign $1 million to not be on TV
I
for
would
5
too.
years.
I love them, but God damn it, the club, what the fuck? I mean, I'm doing it to keep the narrative alive, but yeah, I can't.
They got an entrance,
They
though.
got an entrance.
It's more than the Revival gets.
They look great. They look oiled up, but God, like I watched that, hurt my head, hurt my heart, hurt everything. My whole body was just like, no, you should have signed the contract. What are you doing?
Hey, all the tag teams got on TV this week.
Even Sanity.
It won half of your shining stars. Is the other one hurt or something?
Probably.
We haven't seen him in Survivor Series.
He is no longer Epico. He's Echo.
Wasn't that Primo that was on?
I'm just saying Epico was not
He had
on.
like gear. By the way, Tamina has
Full
a new
gear.
shirt. You're going to buy it.
Tamina has a shirt?
You didn't see this? Tamina has her own shirt now.
Tamina.
Does it say that? I'd buy that shirt.
Tamina.
I would love for you to have to buy a Tamina shirt.
Well, it sounds like a bet is coming.
Next bet.
Next bet. If you buy a Tamina shirt, I will lose my mind.
Yeah.
Why would you give them $45?
We're going to disagree, I'm sure, on some WrestleMania things, so maybe there'll be some bets where you'll have to buy a Tamina shirt.
Oh, that's almost as bad as not buying the Bo Dallas shirt. Sorry, Trav.
Yeah, wow, you never followed through
Never
on
did that, no.
You know you can probably still get one. It's probably a lot
It's probably
cheaper
on
now.
clearance. Yeah, it's probably like $6. All right, well, that's that. And now we're into the big finish where, like, we don't know where to go because they don't advertise anything for the go-home.
Yeah, well, no, they advertise things on weekends and then pull them.
Sure.
But yeah, no, it's a go home. We know there's the 6-woman tag on Raw, which whatever, it's gonna be whatever. Here's the thing. They booked a lot of matches this week. We finally got Intercontinental booked,
Sure.
WWE titles booked, Reigns McIntyre's booked, women tags are booked.
How do you feel about the tag team titles not being booked on either show?
So that was the big thing I wanted to bring up. Is the big rumor is this Usos Hardys, but there's been no build to it as opposed to them like a backstage segment 2 weeks ago. And I think part of the thing is on SmackDown is this Kofi stuff is just taken over. There's no time for anything else. That's why everything else has been putting on the side except for Miz Shane and the women. So I'm sure we'll get something where they could do it where the Usos get punished and maybe have to face every fucking tag team at Mania because we know they love doing that. Since they refuse to fight, or they might just actually. I think we're getting this match either way with the Usos and Hardys.
I'll be interested to see what they do because.
But how are they going to set it up?
Yeah. It's just hard for me because especially with the Revival, like everybody's like they've already like I got hammered on Twitter again.
I like when you get hammered.
So I don't get drunk, but I get hammered by the wrestling Twitter. But no, to me it bothered me because I said. There's a tag team division. They were making a promise to make it a big deal, and they haven't. They really haven't. I mean, yes, like we have the Revival, and yes, we're excited about that.
So they wrestle on TV every week, which is more than before.
Sure.
I mean, they lose.
But I don't. I'm
assuming we're getting Ricochet and Alistair.
Sure.
Because they
but
beat
people
them.
are like, oh yeah, like that's the storyline. I'm like, I guess I'd buy that, but I don't necessarily think it's like for me. And this is the part about WrestleMania that I absolutely really just hate is that we get to a point where it's like. Oh, we're just going to throw this match on the card? And I don't like that. And I know that people are going to be like, well, you can't have everything. And I understand that point of view. But at the same time, the whole point of investing in wrestling is we already know it's fake. If you just put two guys in there, for me, in terms of like a sport, for me, especially like any other day is fine. I'll believe that as an exhibition. But on WrestleMania, I want the culmination of every little thing here and there. I really do. Or a start of something. I want something to either continue, start, or stop at WrestleMania. And it's just like, there's nothing about the tag team division. Like, yes, we got Ricochet and, Aleister Black. Are they, I'd have to ask TJ because he's the one writing it, but they won the Dusty Classic.
Yeah, they're on a TakeOver.
So it's like
they've done that before.
They're
gonna wrestle twice.
Sure, but I mean, are they gonna have the NXT champions take on the WWE Raw Tag Team Champions? That'd be an interesting thing.
They're not beating the War Raiders.
But I'm just saying.
That's going to be their farewell match NXT because they're done there.
But there's so much that could be done here that you'd be excited about. Like, and again,
Roode and Gable might still be involved.
Sure.
You might have a triple. Who knows? Like those are two storylines they have to build. We have to figure out if there's going to be a women's battle royal because they like everyone to be involved. And there's obviously the men. You can just throw them all in the men's battle royal. So I'm assuming we're still getting a women's battle royal.
We should just throw women and men in the same battle royal.
I've always liked that idea, but they're not going to do it.
Oh no, of course not. Yeah. You kidding me? They were supposed to have Dean Ambrose versus Nia Jax. That ain't happening.
Well,
That just got fucking
Dean Ambrose
flushed.
might actually be off TV now because he only
Sure.
has it's next Raw and WrestleMania. That's it. So
Imagine if he wins the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal. How fucking awesome that would be. That'd be hilarious. It's just like, go ahead, Dean. Whoop, 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 on the way out. Just do it. Go ahead.
I don't think that'll happen.
By the way, special shout out to something that I thought was actually part of Raw when I was fast forwarding and I had to go back and watch it was the Snickers commercial with Bobby Roode and Chad Gable. I was like, what the fuck just happened?
Michael Cole tossed to that on TV.
Okay,
yeah.
guys, I didn't watch it right away, and I fast forward because I could hear them going, and this match when they start saying that, I fucking 32X'd anyway, and I was like, did Bobby Roode forget or fall? And then I had to go back and watch it. So kudos to them to making it look like a real thing. So just want to throw that out there.
There's one other thing we have to talk about in the finish.
Yes.
Because this could be a thing.
Yes.
I believe it was Monday or Tuesday. Conor McGregor officially retired from mixed martial arts. The rumor has always been that he will eventually be coming our way to WWE. Obviously, he won't be fighting at WrestleMania, but they did this with Ronda a year before she actually showed up. Is McGregor going to be at WrestleMania, have some sort of angle to set up a future match for when he comes here? Because I think it's about 99% that he's going to be in WWE at some point.
I just don't see it. I really don't see it.
We didn't see the Ronda one either.
No,
that one
I
was
know.
out of nowhere. It was just like
Yeah.
with The Rock, and they did a segment, and then a year later she signed. So
Maybe.
I think that
Maybe.
might do the same thing.
There's a chance. There's a chance.
Because I mean, this guy, like, he's shit talk, man. Like he'll
he's,
win the
he's
entertainment.
money. He's absolute money. I love him.
I mean, he has some issues
sure.
legally overseas, so maybe not. But I don't think it's a matter of if. I think it's a matter with when with him.
I mean, New York is an entirely giant market, so
Yeah.
it's.
Are you on board with him coming to WWE? Because I think a lot of people are mixed.
I would say, based on the shit talking point of view, I'd say absolutely.
He could be an elite villain.
Sure,
for this
absolutely.
industry.
I think the problem is, and here's the problem that there's two problems, and this is where everybody's going to roll their eyes when I say this one thing. The size does matter,
Yep.
so I'm sorry, it does. He would have to be against guys that are a little bit taller than him, but going against a Brock Lesnar for me would be very bad. I think that would be a very bad idea.
Yeah, but we've seen Daniel Bryan and Finn Balor
Sure.
do it, you know. And Conor McGregor has that extra name thing where we know he's an ass
Sure.
kicker. They'd be able to. sell it.
Here's the part that is actually the reason why I'd be thinking it is not going to happen.
He might be in jail.
Well, yeah, that's one of them. Two of them. The second one would be he's such a wild card.
Oh, yeah.
That they would hate it. They would hate giving him a live microphone. They would hate it because again,
Yeah.
the thing is he is 1 second away from dropping. He drops an F-bomb. I mean, I'm sure he could clean up his act if he wanted to, but that's not what I want. Like that, I want him to be unfiltered, untouched. Like that's the best part of him.
If he's a third-hour guy every show, they'll be
Yeah,
fine.
then it won't matter.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying, like, these are the things that I'd be concerned about going into it. But again, he's such a positive that it doesn't
Yeah,
matter.
I
But I
don't-
think these are the reservations that they have going forward.
Oh, I'm sure they do. The other reservation is you're going to be paying him more money than anyone.
Oh, yeah.
For someone who's never been there, like Brock Lesnar money will be a starting point for him.
Oh, sure.
Because that man has made so much money and makes so much, and he loves money.
Oh, yeah.
Loves money. That's the people who got a lot of money. They love money. They want more of it. They ain't stupid. He knows his worth. So, but I still think it's a matter of when, not if.
Very quickly, I just want to ask you, because we have a little bit more time. We don't get a time to do this.
Yeah.
As I'm going through the worst WrestleManias of all time, I'm curious. Do you have one that sticks out in your mind?
Stuff like that I always find hard because there's obviously pieces of bad and good everywhere.
Sure, everywhere.
So
But collectively, if you had to get like one that you've seen.
I mean, I've seen them all. Have I seen them all recently? No.
No.
So it's hard because I mix up, which I'm
Sure.
I'm same thing with Super Bowls. Like, I'm horrible with
Okay, well,
numbers and
is there a
years.
WrestleMania match, whether it's a main event? Well, let's do that. Is there a main event match? Yes, if you've got one that's terrible. And then, of course, a regular WrestleMania match that you're just like, this is the drizzling shits. I'm sorry I put you on,
I
the
mean,
spot
there's plenty.
One that comes to mind. Doesn't have to be the worst thing ever. For me, I'm going through a lot of these going like, holy shit, are these bad? Like,
That's the thing. You look back and then you look at some of the ones we get nowadays. It's like
LT versus Bam Bam Bigelow? Holy good God. Now, everybody's going to get down my throat about that because I already started talking about it. And yes, I know, Ray, I used the wrong hashtag, so I know to hashtag responsibly and troll responsibly. Thank you, Ray, for keeping me honest. But the problem is like, if that match wasn't the main event, would have been great. Would have been like, wow, look at this guy's athletic prowess. But the fact that it was the main event,
That really was the main event?
under the microscope of WrestleMania 11, I was like, wow, that might be the worst main event of all time. I'm not saying it's the worst match. I'm saying in terms of the
was gonna
34 so far.
name value alone, like that sounds like the worst.
Bam Bam Bigelow worked his ass off. But
Yeah.
it was a flying elbow, flying forearm, flying, yada, yada. That's it. And again, he did good. He did fine. Salt and pepper, great. But then you go to WrestleMania 9, and I'm thinking to myself, God damn it, there's that schmaz with Bret Hart and Yokozuna, where Yokozuna forgot half the match, and they cut it 15 minutes early. Then Hogan comes out afterwards and steals Brett's thunder and beats Yokozuna in 22 seconds to end WrestleMania, which, by the way, there's a hilarious Me and Turnbuckle Topics. If you go and follow them, they're actually hilarious. They did the WrestleMania 9 gimmick where it's Bret Hart losing to Yokozuna, and then Hulk Hogan, and then Hulk Hogan with Bret Hart, and the whole thing. They reversed it. They put fucking Brock Lesnar's face on Yokozuna. Bret Hart's face is replaced by Seth Rollins and Roman Reigns as Hulk Hogan. I lost my shit. I was like, if that's WrestleMania, I will fucking laugh my ass off. It's not going to happen.
I won't laugh.
But
I will
damn it.
pop.
That's hilarious. Hilarious.
Bonkers.
It would be hilarious. But anyway, I'm sitting through a lot of these, like WrestleMania 2. There are like 2 matches that go more than 8 minutes. Everything else is a squash. It's fucking ridiculous. Like, so far, those 3, I'm like, these 3 deserve to be there maybe. I don't know. But can 15 and 27 beat it? We'll find out. We'll find out.
Why is 27 on the worst list?
Because The Miz and some other stuff, I think.
Yeah, but that stuff wasn't even, like, that bad.
Well, I'll have to go by.
People just hated it because, like, it was just the way it went down.
Maybe. Again, that's why we'll go through it. They have matches like Randy Orton versus CM Punk on there. That's
what
a decent match.
That's what I mean. There's a lot of good stuff on that show.
But I'm looking at it from a collective bullshit
which is
meter.
hard to do.
It's hard to do.
Yeah.
It very is. But what I am doing is I'm going individually through the matches. It's fun. Go to the matches. Use it as a companion. Watch it yourself. Give me your opinion. But I go through the matches. I have yet to give a letter grade to each of these shows. And I break down why I think these particular manias fail. But I'm curious. Go back and watch a couple manias to you that you kind of forget about. Think about it. And we're in WrestleMania season anyway. You're going to love the ones beforehand. We know that. The 10s, the 17s, the 18s.
Love 17.
All those ones that you care about, that's fine. I love 10 because of Bret Hart and Owen, but everything else in that's kind of iffy with the whatever. But God, there are certain matches you're going to be watching. But I would say, here's a challenge to everybody that listens to the Jobber Knocker. Here's everybody that listens and watches wrestling, whatever. Go find a real shitty WrestleMania and watch it. Because I know everybody gives me shit for being negative, but I'm watching these going, when 35 happens, I'm going to go, this is fucking enjoyable. It is. It's getting me in the mood to realize how good we have it.
Well, that's always the one thing nowadays, and everyone complains, like, it's not like the old days. And that's why I always say, it's like,
the old days were shit.
Yeah, go back and watch the old days. The wrestling is fucking piss poor. The storytelling absolutely is better. Like, for the most part, because it's well thought out. But, like, nowadays, like, the wrestlers we got, like, those people back then, like, not even close. Because the athleticism today is so different.
Sure.
There's so many more people. Wrestling's bigger. There's more to choose from. Like, it's just, that's when I hear that stuff, it's like, people just like to complain.
Depends on what your genre is.
People just like to complain. Know what I realized? Wrestling Twitter is Batista. Give me what I want. Give me what I want. Give me what I want. Give me what I want.
Your
that's
face
what they
is
are.
Priceless, by the way.
Yeah, that's what wrestling Twitter is. So that's why if I'm Vince, I'm like, fuck you.
I don't think
Sorry, TJ. Don't let your daughter hear that.
Yeah.
I don't want to be a bad influence again.
Josh again was told.
Broke my heart.
Todd, no, not Todd. Sorry, TJ. I think I got too many T's in my life.
At TJ of the JK.
Yeah, at TJ. Follow him. He's a great guy. Danny's, I think, older brother. Maybe younger.
I think it is older.
Older. I think it's older. But anyway, TJ said in the thread that apparently he leaves the podcast on while his daughter naps, and JC drops a couple F-bombs, so now she knows how to swear.
Yeah, she repeated me, and I told Tim to tell her that I'm a bad man and don't ever repeat anything I say.
I can vouch for this.
Yeah, I'm a bad man.
Josh is a terrible human being.
I'm the bad man. No, I'm not a terrible human being.
You are.
I'm the bad man.
You are.
I'm the bad man.
Are you the boogeyman?
No, I'm the bad man. I'm not scary. The boogeyman has worms coming out of his mouth. It's disgusting.
All right. Well, on that note, I think we can wrap this show up.
Yeah, I already socialized most of the pod, so follow us on Twitter, at Jobberknocker, at Wrestlemania, at JC of the JK, at DQ of the JK, at Ray Ray of the JK, at Billy D2411, at Joe Pollock 47, at TJ of the JK, at The Real Deal B Cox, Facebook Jobberknocker, Instagram Jobberknocker. We're everywhere you want to be on social media, podcasting sites, the World Wide Web, in your wrestling minds and hearts of the world. Yeah.
That's it. We got to go home. Go home WrestleMania week, folks. Let's get excited. Let's get pumped.
One more week. And you know what Raw's motto is? You know what I figured out? Raw is Christian. One more match. One more match of reruns.
On that note, thank you for listening to the Jobberknocker. We'll be back next week with more Jobberknockery.
Bye.